Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have an extra quick, no-cook keto banana pudding recipe for you. Now, of course, since this is keto, it does not contain any actual bananas, but it does satisfy that craving when you are wanting that banana pudding that you have been craving for the last year or so that you've been on keto. I am also going to show you how to make a super easy 2-minute no-bake keto vanilla wafer pie crust using my vanilla wafers that I showed you how to make in the last video. Both of these recipes are super delicious, super easy, and if you want printable versions of these recipes, you can check out my website at janet'sdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find printable versions of the recipes and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So, while you do all that, let's get cooking. Place around 21 of my vanilla wafers that I just showed you guys how to make into a large blender. Pulse in short intervals around 2 to 3 times or until the cookies have turned into crumbs. Be careful not to over pulse the cookies. You don't want them to turn into powder. You just want crumbs. If you don't have any vanilla wafers, don't worry about it. I'll put a link in the description to my no-bake pie crusts. Or if you're wanting a more firm crust, I'll put a link in the description to my baked coconut flour pie crust. Once your cookies are pulsed into crumbs, measure out enough crumbs to equal around 170 grams or about 2 cups of crumbs. Pour the crumbs into a 9-inch pie pan and set that aside for just 1 second. Melt 8 tablespoons of butter in the microwave or on your stovetop, however you want to do it. Just make sure they are completely melted. Then set the butter aside and allow it to cool to room temperature. Take your pie pan with your crumbs, and if you want to, you can drizzle about 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract or the extract of your choice over the cookie crumbs just to give it a little bit more flavor. That's up to you if you want to do that or not. Once your butter has cooled to room temperature, pour the butter over the cookie crumbs. Then use a fork and stir the crumbs into the butter until all the crumbs have been moistened by the butter. If you need to, use your fingers a little bit to make sure that every single little crumb has been moistened. Use your fingers or the back of a measuring cup and press the moist cookie crumbs evenly throughout the bottom and up the sides of the pie pan. Make sure you try to press it out as even as possible. You don't want one side of your pie to be thick and the other side not to have hardly any crust. Then place the crust into the refrigerator until you're ready to use it. This crust can be made a day or 2 ahead if you need to make it in advance. Otherwise, just place it in your refrigerator while you're mixing together the pudding. For the pudding, place 214 grams or around 1.5 cups of the powdered sweetener of your choice into a large blender. I'm using powdered monk fruit allulose blend. You can use whatever powdered sweetener you want to. You really don't want to adjust this at all. You want to keep it at least 214 grams. This will help keep the right texture and the right consistency in your pudding. Add 20 grams or around 2 tablespoons of xanthan gum. There is no alternative for xanthan gum in this recipe. You must have it in order for your pudding to become thick. Add 4 cups of the milk of your choice, 1 tablespoon of banana extract. You can adjust this more or less depending on how much of a dominant banana flavor you want in your pudding, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You can also adjust this more or less depending on how much of a vanilla hint you want in your pudding, or if you don't want any vanilla hint at all, you can leave it completely out. And if you're wanting your pudding to have that little bit of a yellow tint to it like traditional banana pudding does, you can just put in a drop or 2 of yellow food coloring. I'm just leaving it white because I think it looks pretty white. Blend on high 1 to 2 minutes or until the pudding is smooth and thick. Remove the pie crust from the refrigerator and pour the pudding into the pie crust just until the pie crust is full. Do not overfill it. You'll most likely have a little bit of pudding left over. You can just put it in an airtight container and eat it with some wafers or just plain within the next 3 to 5 days. Then use a spatula if you need to and evenly spread the pudding throughout the pie pan. It pretty much kind of spreads on its own while you pour it, but you do want to make sure that you even out the top so you have a flat top. If you want to, you can sprinkle some more vanilla wafers over the top or grate some chocolate over the top. That's up to you. If you want anything to give it a little bit of a garnish on top. You can eat it immediately, or you can do what I'm doing and just put it in a pie crust, smooth it out like you would a pie, and then just let it chill for about an hour or so just to kind of firm up a little bit. Now keep in mind, this is a pudding recipe, not a pie recipe. So if you're expecting to put it in the pie crust and chill it and it be firm like a pie, it's not going to be that way. It is pudding. I'm just putting it in a wafer pie crust because it tastes good that way, but it is not a pie. If you do want this to be more of a banana cream pie type texture, then you'll need to cut the pudding recipe in half and fold in about 8 ounces or around 3 cups of Keto stabilized whipped cream or Keto Cool Whip substitute. I'll put a link in the description to my stabilized whipped cream and my Cool Whip substitute. Then once you fold it all together and put it into a pie crust, you'll need to chill it into your refrigerator at least an hour or so to let it all firm up, and then you can top it with whatever toppings or whipped cream that you want. However you choose to eat it, whether it be in a pudding or a pie, it's delicious, so eat and enjoy. And those are our recipes of the day. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.